I think the United States being in a recession is not even a question mark anymore for the first 6 months of the year, for sure. We're seeing it across a whole range of different end uses, and we're seeing it globally. I was in China last week. Factories are shutting down in China that used to export to the United States. They are intervening. They're providing stimuli. But I would tell you it's a very poor economy, and it's spread globally. I think we successfully shot ourselves in the foot in September with our very slow reaction to the financial crisis, and now the real economy is hurting.
Well, I think what everyone is now going to be looking for is what kind of a stimulus package, the size and the speed of delivery that he will be.
The German government has approved a fiscal stimulus package worth billions of euros. It's designed to help Europe's largest economy weather the global financial crisis. And according to Angela Merkel, the plan will act as a bridge until the economy gets going again under its own steam. Managing Director and Chief Economist at Callion Capital Markets. He joins us live from Tokyo. Kato-san, thank you for coming on CNBC's Cash Flow. When you look at how the markets have responded to the stimulus package coming from the Aso administration, does that in any way give you any kind of indication about if these measures will actually work?
Well, Japanese government already disclosed the first economic package, and followed by another second economic package.
It's affecting the financial system, and we've seen the impacts around the world in terms of large banks collapsing or having to be bailed out. It's affecting stock markets. We've seen the gyrations on stock markets in recent times. But it's also affecting the real economy. Real economy, jobs, growth, overseas and here in Australia. The government's approach throughout this global financial
what we're seeing now, and this is the negative side of this, is that what if we break the lows that we saw on the 22nd of October, as a matter of fact, we don't even need to go down as low as that before we get the first warning sign. The S&P sliding below 900 is a warning sign for me already, if that were to happen. If that were to happen, then I think that we're going to see the Dow trading around 6,800 by, I think 6,930 is the exact technical number, but let's not be too nitty-picky on whether it's 6.9 or 6.8. I think that's going to trade around the middle of December.
But in the interim, they got their money in the bank and they're getting 2 or 2.5%, whatever it is, and they're in U.S. dollars, they're in U.S. treasuries, we'll assume, and, you know, inflation's 13 5/8%. They're paying taxes on, say, 2.5%, so they're getting 2, and so they're a loser of 11 5/8%. And, you know, if they're 72 and they, like I am, and they live to be 82, they don't have any purchasing power left. And it's not funny, but that's just the way it is. And they just keep on stealing and stealing and stealing and monetizing the debt. And the elderly are hurt the most.
Regulate good banks and stocks and go after things they wanted to snatch up. So lots of predatory criminal action going on. A, can you talk about, do you think that that's going to happen, or is there a chance of that? And what about Schenck talking about bank holidays? I mean, is that in the cards?
Well, in this kind of an environment, anything can be expected. So in order to prepare yourself, and we've spoken about this on the program before, you should have operating funds in whatever institution you're using, whether it's a bank, savings loan, credit union, money market fund. The rest of it should be out of there and in gold and silver related assets, particularly at this time. And also, people should have $5,000 or $10,000 in small bills in their safe at home in case there is a shutdown of the system, let's say hypothetically for a week. And I've done that, and I think everybody should do that. We live in an unusual time. We haven't seen things like this since the early 1930s, and we're probably going to have a depression which is worse than that.
Well, see, Bob,
maybe on the lines of 1870.
Well, I mean, I'm start over because I interrupted, but I want you to talk about the fact that that's what's killing the economy. As you know, they're shutting off credit, but not just credit. As these banks fold and things fail, businesses have got their money tied up, and myself, almost all my money, quote, is in the bank just to run InfoWars.